Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their lives on the line to do so. I want to say shalom to you, brothers. I'm the brother of Rock out of GMS Atlanta, back in the spirit with another lesson. And Lord willing, it be edifying to an elect member too. All right. So what I have on screen here, I was watching this interview, Big Bank Perspective, and he had 2 Chainz on, and the question came up. Bank asked 2 Chainz, what does he pray for? Okay. Now, as he was naming off the things that he prayed for, all I could think of was the prayer that King Solomon made to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai when he was appointed king over Israel. Okay. Because this guy 2 Chainz, he started to name a lot of superficial things that he prayed for, all things that really hold no value, or, in the Lord's eyes, it doesn't hold any value. Okay. But in the world, it really does seem to be of great value. These things that 2 Chainz gonna name, and this is how most people pray. This is what most people pray for, not knowing that if you pray for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and discernment, and things of the spirit, all of the physical things will be added unto you, by default, because that's how the Lord works. But he wants you to pray for things that are pleasing to him. All right. And then all the material things, like I said, will be added on. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Let you hear what this guy had to say about the things he prayed for, and then I'm gonna give an account. I'm gonna grab an account out of the scriptures in First Kings chapter 3, uh, which is when Solomon prayed to the Lord after he was appointed king over Israel.
I pray for some superficial stuff. I want Red Clay to eventually get an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? I pray for things like that. I want another Grammy. I pray for things like that. But praying for Rose, I don't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, but I'm will. Yeah, just I'm. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I pray for my businesses to do well. You know what I mean? And I pray for other people too. I probably pray for me last. Nah, for sure. We didn't get the light yet. We get the light.
All right. So that was a clip, of the things that, 2 Chainz ran off that he prayed for. Now let's see the difference between what he prayed for and what King Solomon prayed for, and how the Lord reacted to the things that King Solomon prayed for. So this is 1 Kings 3 and 6. And it says, and Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him his great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne as it is this day. And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. So that's a humble statement by David. He's like, look here, oh Lord, you've given me this great deal of responsibility by being king over Israel. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, basically. I am but a little child. I don't have the knowledge to rule such a great people. That's basically the contrite spirit that Solomon came in his prayer. Verse 8, and he says, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered or counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart. So Solomon is like, hey, I'm a servant, just like, the people or the nation that you've given me rule over, Therefore, should give me an understanding heart to judge thy people, right? And it goes on to say that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thou so great a people? So the first thing David asked for after coming in a humble and contrite spirit was to give him an understanding heart to judge, and also the spirit of discernment, all right, between good and bad. Verse 10, and it says, and the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor has asked the life of thine enemy, but thou asked for thyself understanding to judge. Salaki, thou hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee which thou hast not asked. Okay, so the Lord is like, not only am I going to give you, or I have given you the things that you asked for, I'm going to also give you things that you haven't asked for. All right, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the king like unto thee all thy days. And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. All right. So that was the results of David's prayer. You know, all these things that 2 Chainz was naming, the Lord told Solomon, hey, you didn't ask for these things, but what you did ask for pleased me so much to the point that I'm going to give you all these superficial, so-called superficial things. That was the word 2 Chainz used, superficial. He prays for superficial things. So all these so-called superficial things, the Lord said, I'm going to give you that too, even though you didn't ask for it. So that's just an example of, you know, when you pray to the Lord, how you should pray and what you should pray for, all right, to get the results that you want, all right? Not, you know, coming in a carnal sense like this guy, you know, straight out rip, I want a Grammy, I want my business to do good, I want this, you know. Hey, pray for some knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because that's going to be the stability of our times, all right? So Lord willing, you know, this was an edifying lesson. I'm going to end it giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachakudash, Shalom.